Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Digital gold, XRP, is everything about to change? I would say, yes, it is. XRP could replace gold, could replace Bitcoin. I'm going to give my theories why. Let's get straight into it. This is our gold XRP special. Do you agree with me that we've been through a gold rush? Once upon a time, remember this guy? Wyatt Earp. When we were hunting for gold, we were panning for gold. People in the desert fighting over this stuff. Well, everything is about to change. Perhaps we've entered the world of digital gold. Yep, got my little dancer here expressing the digital version of gold. Could this be it? XRP. Well, I think it could be, and I'll explain why. What's the use case of gold? Why do we buy gold? Why do we trade it? Why do we own it? Should we? Well, I suggest to you that the merry-go-round is about to stop. Bronze, silver, or gold, which meme coin, which binky bonk coin, which fart coin, God knows what else. I think it's all about to stop. Has the music stopped yet? The music hasn't, but the carousel has. What do I mean by all of this? Welcome to my show. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are around the world. This is our gold special. The studio is bright green, but there's a big gold star shining up here because I think something amazing is about to happen. Just look for a moment at our crypto bubbles. Looks a bit unusual this evening. We've got Pengu, of all things, up 30%. We got WAL up 18%. Pretty much everything else is red. But quietly in the background, what do we see? XRP preparing to break out. Now, what makes XRP unique? What makes it special? Why do I think XRP could be the replacement of gold? Well, I'm going to explain it all to you now. I hope you enjoy this live stream. Tap the like button. As you know, I make all my videos live. I don't spend a week editing them. I do them all live so they're accountable. You can ask me questions in the live chat. Tap the like button, share it out, consider subscribing. I would very much appreciate it. I'm only going to be here for about 20 minutes, so please do share your thoughts with me as we watch now that the futures open up and get ready for our next major move. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our XRP Gold Special. In this live stream, gold, XRP, the gold rush, the use case, 99% of it will all be gone, and the value. After all, I am a value investor. I always buy with value, always have, always will, and it must work for me. The asset, the commodity, the stock, the business, the crypto coin must work for me. And that's why I'm interested in XRP. So let's start from the beginning. Full disclosure, so everybody knows exactly my position. I'm 100% in the S&P 500. Probably the only person talking about XRP on YouTube that doesn't actually own XRP. And sometimes I get criticized for that, for the fact that I don't. What do I know? Why am I even bothering? Well, the point is, you can trust what I'm saying because I'm not here to pump and dump anything. In fact, I'm not here to get famous on YouTube. I've had my time. I've had my time touring the world as the world piano man. I'm here now simply to help people, and I will demonstrate and show you the evidence. Here is my position. I am 100%, 99.92% in and only in the S&P 500. You can see I've got $335,000 in total with my Roth IRA. You can see I've now got $370,000 invested. I never short the market. I never do options. I don't own crypto. I just own the S&P, and I started with $5,000. There's my Roth IRA. There is my XRP, which I'm talking about now. I only own the S&P 500. So I'm talking about XRP because I care about my audience to find the right information. I team up with the best technical analysis on XRP, Sensei, and I bring you the best information with my direct contacts and my CEO friends and my hedge fund manager friends. I bring the most honest, real service to provide a service, not to pump and dump anything. Now, I believe that XRP can replace gold, and I'm going to give my reasons for that now. And perhaps you'll agree, perhaps you won't. That's entirely up to you. But if you'd like to share this out, we've got, as I'm making this live, 246 people watching live with me. It's late in the night for those who watch in the UK. I appreciate that. But tap the like button, and this will share it out to more people. Also consider subscribing, and that will help as well. So thank you very much. I will come to comments and questions at the end, and for the next few moments I will open it up to our subscribers. At the moment we are in members only mode. I think we are we not? Actually, I think we are in subscriber mode. Yes, we are. Just for a few moments, then I will leave it like that and go back to members only mode in a few moments. So stand by. Now then, why do I think XRP can replace gold? Well, I've got some experience of this. I've toured every country of the world, 195. That's every country contested as the world piano man. So I've got some experience when it comes to commodities, gold, and how people react to different assets and what they might want to invest in. But things have changed dramatically since we started millions of years ago with gold. Gold was regarded as the standard. You'd buy gold as a hedge against inflation, a protection from volatile markets. And when you were concerned about volatility, you would buy gold. And it all started, of course, with the gold rush. People went out and they panned for gold. But of course, that wasn't the beginning of gold. Gold was out for millions of years. In fact, the Romans liked gold, and the Egyptians before then. They all liked gold, but we always think about the gold rush. Well, now there's a digital gold rush. Everything has changed. Everyone's now buying digital assets, and some would say the answer is Bitcoin. I disagree. I think Bitcoin is useless, and some could regard it as the best Ponzi scheme in the history of the world. I would suggest the real digital gold would be XRP. And I'll explain why, and the people that I speak to at the banks, because I do speak to the banks, will agree with me. They agree that the economy currently is in turmoil. There's blood on the streets, and there's a trade war going on, and there's chaos everywhere. Markets predicted to crash. I still think we've got another 20% down. It's why I've been doing some trimming, not out of fear, but out of balancing my portfolio. But the upside potential is huge. Inflation is down. There's no reason to be hoarding and holding on to gold just because we've always done so. Perhaps the new gold is XRP. Let me explain why. Well, for thousands of years, millions of years, we've always wanted something to hedge against inflation and protect us from volatile times. However, gold, which has been the staple, doesn't actually work. Just a few days ago, after we had our original, our big crash, after Trump did all the tariffs and threw the world upside down, gold was doing well. And then all of a sudden, it wasn't. This is the story here. Gold price plunges by the most since 2021. It got away from most people. Most people didn't even notice this as Trump's softer stance on Fed China eases fears. What does that tell us? That tells us the moment there's something better, people dump it. So why did they buy it in the first place? They bought it because we've always bought it, and people follow the leader. And because we decided that gold was special and rare and amazing and shiny and spectacular, it could have been something else. There are many commodities, many items that we dig out the ground that could have done this, but we chose gold. And because we chose gold and we hoarded it all away, people followed it and embraced it. And if everybody else is buying it, I'm going to buy it. Hence all of the drama and all of the fighting that has existed over gold and all the wars. That brings me on to the blood diamonds. Now, I know I've been to Africa. I've seen it. I've seen it being mined. I've seen what diamonds does. There are some people that will die trying to find it. And the ironic thing is, most of the diamonds is owned by a handful of people. I know. I've met the De Beers. I've met the organisation. I've gone to the Netherlands, Amsterdam, London, where they store the diamonds, where they bring back, and the gold. And let me tell you how it works. It's all manipulated. It's all a nonsense. And it's about to be replaced by XRP. And I'll show you why in a moment. People go and they dig up gold and they dig up diamonds and they take it away. And people fight over it and they kill each other over it. And then it all ends up in a few places in the world and gets locked away. I've seen some of the diamonds and some of the gold locked away in London and in the Netherlands, Amsterdam, namely. And I asked, why do all these diamonds and this recent gold find get locked away? And because I have friends at De Beers, they tell me the truth. To protect the price of the diamonds, of the gold. So you literally lock it away as the only way to hold the price up. And their answer is yes. If we released all the diamonds that we had, it'd be worth nothing. At the end of the day, diamonds are just polished charcoal. They're not actually anything. What makes diamonds expensive is the processes from the charcoal to the ring, where your lady will wear it if you ask her to marry you. The actual reality, there's no value whatsoever. It's a make-believe. And because they lock them all away, they keep the price up, the scarcity. Scarcity is the key word. That's why Bitcoin's attractive, and that's why XRP is attractive, except unlike gold and unlike diamonds, it doesn't do anything. That's where XRP is different. Some people will say to me, and I've had them on the show, they will say to me, Martyn, but I own gold because when Armageddon comes and everything all falls apart, I've got physical gold and I can trade with it. When everything turns down the toilet and we enter all the drama and the nonsense and we start crashing once again, I'm okay because I've got my gold. Well, I suggest to you, you've got absolutely zero. Scratch your chin, think about it for a moment, and I'll prove it, and then I'll tell you why XRP is going to win. And I've experienced this as well from my travels around the world. I've experienced this firsthand. People say they put gold in their safe at home with their guns, and they're safe and protected for bad times, times when the markets crash and the end of the world comes. However, unless you are living in the jungle and you have real, and I mean real survival skills, I don't mean preppers who think they do with their army boots they bought from the local army supply shop. I'm on about real survival, those that can walk on bare feet, those that can get water out of the ground with their bare hands, those that can kill animals with their bare hands. They'll be the survivors. Those of us in America and Europe who have some gold and some guns and some bombs and some stuff will be absolutely useless. And I'll explain why I think so. Because right now, owning gold or anything else that you think is of some value, you have the ability to trade it. You can pick up your phone, message somebody from the other side of the world, and you can do a deal with them. Well, that's where digital gold comes in. I like GLD, the ETF, because you can trade it live over the internet in the comfort of your own home while sat on the toilet eating a sandwich. Lovely. However, your physical gold, when you actually want to sell it, when Armageddon comes and there's no internet and there's no power and there's no food in the shops and there's basically no infrastructure whatsoever, the people next door who know that you own gold are going to come knocking on your door, bash the door down and take it off you. They're going to steal it. you are going to be a prime target because you don't have the survival skills. You're not a native living in the jungle who can survive off the ground. You're just some modern man, modern woman who's bought some gold with all your lovely money and put it in the safe until someone decides to steal it from you. What's the point of stealing it? Because what you really need is food. Well, people say they'll trade it. Nobody will want it. It will serve no purpose. You'll just fight over it and people will end up dead, and the only survivors will be the ones that could have survived in the first place living in the jungle. So there's actually no sense in owning it. So why do we bother? Why do we do it? Well, we do it because it's all we have. It's all we know, and it's all we have done. Except in the past, when we did it, when we fought in the deserts in Arabia, or we fought in the deserts as the Romans, or as the Egyptians, or as we fought as cowboys and Indians, of course, like Wyatt Earp in the desert, we had some survival skills. We actually could live on the land, live in the middle of nowhere, and maybe keep onto our gold, and maybe trade it. But we've entered a different world now. We don't live there anymore. We have digital gold. Down the mine, this is the way I'm expressing my digital gold to you. I hope you like it. We have a very, very different way of looking at the world. Everything is now online, everything is digital, and everything is transferable in a heartbeat, in a second. So I would suggest this is my survival strategy. If you're not a native who can dig a hole in the ground with your bare hands and kill a rabbit with your hands, and you can really survive Armageddon or a Holocaust or wherever it might be, or the end of the world, total oblivion, I would forget your gold in your safe because someone's just going to steal it from you and kill you. You'll be target number one and you'll have nothing. So what can you do? Well, let's assume that you're not Rambo or anyone like that can survive on nothing. Let's assume reality, you're probably just like me, a modern man who relies on the internet. This is how I earn my living, on YouTube and the internet. And I'm not really that good at surviving in the desert with nothing. So I'm not going to consider that as an option. As they said in Apollo 13, Houston, we have a problem. What do we know that works on the spaceship? I'll get back to you on that one. If we don't know it's working, let's take it off the table and work with what we do know. And what we do know is the banks are about to start using XRP and Ripple. They are the machine that runs the world. XRP, the digital gold. The difference is between XRP and Bitcoin, it actually does something. It solves a problem and it has a use case. So I'd suggest it's the new digital gold. And once we start occupying other planets, then we can transfer gold, money, electronically in milliseconds across the universe. That seems to me to make more sense. The idea of storing gold in your safe is as useless as trying to solve an algebra equation while chewing bubble gum. It does nothing. It just makes you feel better when you look in the safe and see all your gold bars. Pointless. It just makes you feel good. Now, some people have said, well, the answer to this is Bitcoin. The answer is we've got digital gold. We've got Bitcoin. However, we don't. It's useless. And as Michael Saylor has himself said, as more people buy it and it becomes more and more scarce, it becomes more and more expensive to trade with it, mine it, use it, share it, and so on and so forth. That is very different than XRP, isn't it? Michael Saylor recently once said, and I actually recorded and shared his video, he said he was okay with the cost going up. And he used the example that if he sold his house, he'd be happy to spend $100,000 in fees to the attorney or the realtor or the person who put through the sale. Well, he's obviously got money to burn. Because I wouldn't do that. And in fact, when I bought and sold my houses, I did it directly. I didn't pay anybody any money. And I don't want to pay anybody any money. Don't see any point in paying a middleman. So for him to say it's perfectly acceptable to pay millions of dollars to move money around is ridiculous. I send money all the time around the world and it costs me zero. I do it all the time. I get the XE rate, the rate that it is, to dollar to yen to dollar, or whichever it is, and I don't pay any fees. I've got a preferred bank account at the Bank of America and it costs me nothing. So that is not the answer. Digital gold of Bitcoin is not the answer. We want something that is efficient, that is limited. It has a cap. It's not going to go on forever, so it's got a rare supply once they release all of it, which over time XRP, Ripple does that slowly over time. It's going to go up in value, not because it's amazing and we should all trade it like the OK Corral. No, because it will be the new payment system of the world. Now, it might be replaced. There might be something better. I don't know. I don't know what's about to be invented. Nobody thought XRP would be invented when we had gold, did they? They thought gold was the thing we needed. Well, I suggest the technology looks pretty convincing to me. I talked to Sensei about this and he's convinced me. But more importantly, I talk to the banks. And the banks say they want to use it. They are using it. They've got patents involved, patents, depending from your USA or UK, and they believe it's the future. They're investing in it. So to me, this makes sense. The future is not gold. Gold serves no purpose whatsoever. As I pointed out in this, gold price plunges by plunges by the most since 2001 as policy changed. And remember what that was. That wasn't even a policy change. It was no more than a tweet. And gold had one of its biggest plunges since 2021. Think of that. That's a useless asset, serves no purpose, and when the world comes to an end, I think I've demonstrated it'll be no use to anyone. It won't serve any purpose other than making you a target. So, for me, as an investor, I'm looking for things that do things, that solve problems. I'm looking for assets I can own that fix a problem, that solve a solution, that have value here and tomorrow and in the future. I often talk about Coca-Cola and people don't understand. They say to me, Coca-Cola, you could simply not drink Coca-Cola or it's rubbish, it's not even good for you. Coca-Cola isn't about the Coca-Cola at all. It's about the brand. It's about the intellectual property. If the world came to an end tomorrow, the brand still exists. Whoever held, before they got blown off the earth, whoever held the rights to it, the name of Coca-Cola will come back and Coca-Cola will still exist. The name, the brand will still exist and it will provide all the soft drinks and the coffees and the teas for everybody, which we need. It solves a problem. That's why Coca-Cola is a sound investment. And that's why, in my opinion, XRP is a sound investment. However, just to finish up my live stream, I hope you've enjoyed it. As everybody tap the like button, I'm making this live, unedited. All my videos are made unedited. Please tap the like button and please consider subscribing. I would suggest this here. 99% of all crypto will be gone by the end of the decade because the gold rush won't be a rush anymore. It's got old, it's got boring, it's got pointless. All of this stuff will be gone. And what we'll be left with is the digital gold. Digital gold that can provide us a value, a store of value, a use case, something that's efficient, something that you can use. In the end of the world, if the world comes to zero, nothing means anything anyway. I think I've proven that, unless you are literally a man who can dig with your bare hands and kill an animal by your bare hands. Those people will survive. The rest of us, we're buggered. We got no chance. And owning gold or guns or anything else in between, it's going to serve you no purpose. Assuming that we've got a world to live in. And maybe we all live on Mars. I don't know. We're going to need digital gold, what we can transfer instantly, efficiently. And for me, that is XRP today. Will it change in the future? Maybe. Now, I often talk about being the king sat at my table rather than a scavenger under the table. And what I mean by that is it's time for everything to change, and it will change. So far, everybody here today is only interested in simply trading this asset in and out, in and out. Just here was the moment we went live today. Every single time we go live, just by coincidence, I just believe in good energy. The moment we went live, every time up it went. Then Sensei finished, down it went. And now I'm going live again, up it goes again. I'm just making that point. It's a completely coincidence, but it does happen every single time. Every single time. Anyway, maybe it's a coincidence. I'm sure it is. But this is what I think is going to happen. The carousel is going to stop. The noise is going to stop. And I would suggest you get off and simply stop trading like a scavenger under the table, trying to get a penny up and a penny down, and just own the darn stuff. If you believe in something, it's good today or it's good tomorrow. I don't buy any business or any of my S&P 500 that I can't keep forever. No, I still trim to bring my portfolio into balance. And tomorrow there's going to be a big debate about that. I'm inviting people to call into my show. Join me in the morning. I'm going to be explaining why I've trimmed and improved my position, lowered my average, got more of the S&P 500, not paid tax, not posted gains, not posted losses. 24 trades, 24 wins. I'm going to explain that tomorrow. But I would suggest you stop trading this stuff and own it. At the end of the day, Brad Garlinghouse, I bet he couldn't care less about trading XRP up and down. He's looking at the bigger picture. And for me, the bigger picture is the banks, institutions, and the systems using XRP. So if I wasn't doing what was right for you and being completely impartial and transparent, I would buy it. And if you don't believe me, I did. I bought XRP when it was 38 cents. So I'm more bullish than any of you who are now coming late to the party. I bought it at 38 cents. I sold it, I made a nice profit, and I focused on what was important. Not me scratching a few pence here and there, but building the network and the family that would promote the story of what was right and what was wrong. And to do that, I have to be exclusively 100% in one stock, the S&P 500, so you know what I say is true. It's not done to sell videos. I don't make videos. I do them live. Here I am, making a live video, answering questions in the chat live, seeing you react to me live. I'm not making a video. I don't buy Bitcoin or crypto or fartcoin or binky bonk and pump it up and take it back down again, even though I very often rank #1 in the world on Google for these assets, which is quite remarkable when you think that I'm not in them or I'm not even a crypto channel. We have 13.8% of women who watch our show. The average crypto channel has less than 1%. Why is that? Because they want the truth. They want to know what's going on, not what Martyn can pump and dump for his own benefit. Today on my X account, I showed you another example about people always wanting me to promote some crypto schemes. The biggest one was I turned away $30,000. I'm getting them all the time. People wanting to sponsor me, to pay me to say stuff about certain crypto projects. I don't do it. I don't do it for anyone. You can't buy the show. You can't tell me what to say. I'm here to help people, and that's it. That's my reward. So anyway, I'm wearing a gold jacket tonight. The markets are open. I'm excited about tomorrow. Tomorrow, the future is gold. The future is digital gold. And the future is XRP. Right now. That's what I see right now. Be an investor. Own it. Stop trading it and let it ride up to $10. That is my belief. That is where I see it can go. Not because people on YouTube say so, because the people at the banks who I talk to believe that's where it's going. And they're the ones that can make it go there. You can't, I can't, nobody else can. But institutions can, Ripple can, those that actually have the power can, and that's where they see it going. The speculation of $1,000 and all the rest of it is nonsense. Yes, I've said I can see a path to $100. It could do $100 if many things all in turn go right. It could happen. However, that's a far off projection. It's possible, but I wouldn't be buying it for that reason. I'd be quite happy looking at this as a problem solver and a solution to the future of real digital gold. I'm now going to move over to members only and give everyone the opportunity to ask me a question. Live, unedited, unscripted. We are now in members only mode. If you have a comment, if there's something you'd like to ask me, as long as you can be rude not be rude, be respectful, you can ask me anything about anything. Members only now can ask me anything. And the reason why we're in members only mode is that we don't get trolls and bots who just want to make a lot of noise and spoil my live stream. So we are in members only mode. So if you'd like to say something, ask me something, I'm going to give you a minute. If we get nobody, then I will end this stream, have a cup of tea and get ready for my opening show in the morning. So let's see, do we have anybody at all? I tell you what I'm going to do. While I'm waiting for your comments and questions, I am going to set up my show for the morning. I'll use this one. This is my show for the morning, and I will direct all of you to it so you can automatically be sent there for the morning show, and I will see you there in the morning. So let me just click a few buttons. It will be April the 28th. Put that down there, and it will be 7:30 a.m. We've got earnings season this week. We'll be covering earnings for our members, and there is the event. All right, let's see if we've got any questions. All here together and holding more than 1 million of XRP. $1 million of XRP. Saxate. Wow. De Beers marketed that engagement diamond should cost at least 3 months' salary. I know. And do you know where the diamond is a girl's best friend came from? It came from Marilyn Monroe and Tiffany's. It's a completely nonsense, made up nonsense to get you to feel guilty, not for buying a diamond ring. It's worth zero. I've seen it locked up. It's a nonsense, an absolute nonsense. But there it is. People still buy it. People still feel gold is the answer. It isn't. It absolutely is not. So let me redirect the stream here. Customization and redirect. Redirect here to the show in the morning. There it is. Okay, I've done it. Let me go over to here and line it up so you can see it, and I'll give you the link in the chat as well. There we go. This is the show for the morning. Live next. There it is. There is it pinned to the top. I shall pin the message. I shall end the poll. The poll was, will XRP replace gold? You don't know. 45% yes, 41% no, and 14% undecided. But yet you're all buying it. I don't understand that. For me, it's a yes. I wouldn't be buying it if I didn't think it was. What's the point otherwise? Could you stand up and show us that jacket? Absolutely. There you go. There you go. It's actually like a gold leaf. There you go. I believe in gold. There you go. Believe in gold, that provides a use. Anyway. SES made a deal with Honda and Hyundai. Easily, Zach. ISAB more than. Sell it immediately and buy space. SES 200 liquidity. I'm just reading out your comments here. How much XRP do you think would be good to have to make a decent gain investment? Well, you just need to work that yourself. If you own, if you buy it today and you believe it's going to 10, that's essentially a 4x. Well, I mean, that's 7, 14, 21, that's 28 years on the S&P. The S&P, the 500 best companies in the world, double every 7 years. Is that enough? I would say so. How much money do you want? Buy also SPCE. We can now produce a deflawless diamond in a lab at a fraction of the cost. We can, and it looks exactly the same, and it lasts longer, and it's better. Absolutely. Pointless, isn't it? 2,000 XRP now. XRP, $10 equals 15 grand. Return on investment. Lambo Kitten. Okay, love you, Martin. All right, no one's got any questions to ask me, so I will finish the show. So there was my XRP gold argument. I can tell you from experience, having traveled around the world, that diamonds and gold to one person is an asset you will fight and die over. To somebody else, it's rubbish. They lock it up in a cupboard just to protect the asset. They don't even want to sell it. They don't want it out on the street. They don't think it's great. They don't even want it dug up and mined. The money is made on the trading of it, and the money is made between when it was dug up out the ground and when it gets there. They don't want to sell it. They just want to lock it up. I've seen it. I've talked to the people that run it, and that is a fact. Gold is as useless as trying to solve an algebra equation while chewing bubblegum. However, XRP is a digital gold. It is a use case. It solves a real problem. Gold, nothing. XRP, potentially everything. The gold rush, this is the gold rush of this generation. Use case, it has it. 99% of all crypto will be gone probably by the end of the decade, because it'll all just get old and pointless. Focus on value. And I'm pretty certain when the carousel finally stops and the gold rush is all over and we get back to a normal playing field, you'll be left with the digital gold of the future, which just happens to be now. And that, in my opinion, is XRP. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. I wouldn't invest a penny in gold. I know Sensei in the chat says, I love gold. But to me, having spoken to the people that mine it, dig it up, the people that lock it away to protect it, they don't care about it. It's just the people that own it care about it until they don't. Like a few days ago when Donald Trump tweeted, it had its worst day in 4 years. Is that a real asset? No. It's an asset based upon human greed, human fear, and human uncertainty. And that is what XRP solves. So for me, it's easy. I'll see you back in the morning. Stick right where you are. It'll take you to the opening bell in the morning. Click above my head. And I wish everyone a wonderful, wonderful evening. I've just realized I've just pinned the wrong comment. I meant to pin that one. I do apologize. I pinned Namisha's comment. I meant to pin the link for the morning. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. I know it's late for many of you. I will see you back in the morning when I get back to this. The S&P 500. Big day tomorrow. Live interviews, answering many, many questions. Join me. The gold rush is happening. How many of you are going to sit at the table as kings and own your XRP, your digital gold? Or how many of you are going to scramble under the table trying to make 2 cents out of each other? Pointless. I presented my thoughts Leave your thoughts and comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm very confident of my beliefs. I've experienced it firsthand. I've seen the diamonds and the gold locked up. I've spoken to people that work at the mines, and it's just a pointless thing that they can just move around and make money. They don't value it themselves at all. The rest is up to you. Click above my head for all the links. Down below in the description. Over here and over here, I'll post the links for the morning. Have a wonderful evening. That's it from me. Sleep tight. And as always, take care of yourselves and each other.